Start.
Today we know about 119 elements, but none of them existed during the early days of universe. So from where they came? Today we are here to trace the history of this iron nail back in time. So from where these iron atoms came? This story begins 13.7 billion years ago, when Big Bang created space and time. There was nothing except energy, and cooling down of the universe led to the formation of matter, but still no atoms, only plasma of protons and neutrons. And further cooling of this plasma led to the formation of the most simplest atom, that is the hydrogen atom, with just one proton and one electron. And at that time, universe was full of hydrogen gas, huge hydrogen clouds, and nothing else. So if we see an iron atom which has 26 atomic number, it is just a collection of 26 hydrogen atoms locked together. But locking these protons is not very easy because they have positive charge and they repel from each other. That is why at that time in the universe, these protons used to repel from each other and swing away from each other because of their light charges. But if we bring two protons close enough so that they get fused due to the strong nuclear force, this is known as the nuclear fusion. This is which led to the formation of various complex nuclei of different elements that we see today. Universe did 13 billion years ago. Universe did this reaction in the first generation of stars in their core. So the stars were formed like when the huge clouds of hydrogen gas collapsed under their own gravity. They grew big enough so that they could conduct this nuclear fusion reaction in their core, and they began to expel out energy. So that's how the stars were born. So the core of these stars are actually the manufacturers of these elements that we see today, like the carbon in our body, the oxygen we breathe in, and iron in this nail. So that's how this iron atom was formed. As the stars reach their middle ages, they start running out of hydrogen supply and start fusing helium instead of hydrogen. So we can fuse two helium atoms, 3 helium into 1 oxygen, 2 helium into beryllium, and 4 heliums into 1 oxygen, and so on until it fuses 13 helium into one iron atom. But this atomic production can't go on forever because nothing is eternal in our universe. Because the fusion of these heavy elements release very less energy as compared to fusion of lighter elements, so they prove to be a poison for these stars, and stars start dying because they run out of energy. And they die in the most dramatic way possible. They explode like anything and expel out so much of heat and energy into the universe. And this explosion is known as supernova explosion. Actually, this explosion is only responsible for dispersing out these elements, these newly formed elements from the stars into the space. So when this explosion occurs, the remains from this explosion, including the elements that were formed inside the star, form the supernova remnants. And these remnants are actually the nurseries for the second generation of stars. So as a new star takes rise from these remains, planets revolving around that star may take in these heavy elements like iron in their composition. And perhaps one of the planets revolving around that star, the elements on that planet may give rise to life someday and constitute this iron nail. So I know that I have that 13 billion year old stardust in my hand right now. So what we can conclude is that universe is the ultimate recycler that converts stars into elements and elements back into stars. So when you look at the stars, you know that is the place from where each of the atom of your body, each of the 7 trillion atoms of your body, and all the atoms of this iron nail has actually came from. Thank you stars for all the elements we have today.